Mm. Well, yes. I mean, it seems that. I mean, I said that the work is unfashionable to me. Like, not just it's not just the length and stuff, but you're talking here about the dead white poets and like these great men of history, like people like Whitman and so and so. I mean, nowadays the closest you get to like pop culture critique are like people talking about trying to inject literary theory into stuff like Batman or something like that, or like you were saying, Fast and the Furious, trying to talk about lowbrow stuff in a smart way and trying to get
Well,
kudos from that.
I just looked the other day. I saw something. I was every so often I try to interview people who have YouTube websites or filmmakers from online. I don't want to just interview a bunch of academics, and I've been pretty successful. Probably about 30% of my interviews are with non-academic professor types. And I saw a video that was ripping the fact. I think it was some guy who has a website called Cinema Wipe or something like that. And he had a thing where he had his top 10 overrated movies, and most of them were, I would agree with. He said like, what is the one, The Dark Knight, with Christian Bale, that being the number 4 movie on IMDb. Yeah, that's ahead of Oh Hassad Balthazar. That's ahead of 2001. That's ahead of anything by Kubrick or Cassavetes or Teo Angelopoulos or a more modern guy like Nuri Bilge Ceylan, if you're the guy from Turkey, if you've ever seen it. I mean, it's ridiculous because, I mean, you could say it's a good pop cultural movie, but Heath Ledger is terrible in it. I mean, there's no arc to his character. There's no real acting. He's just sinisterly, laughing. Well, but and the movie even says what it should be showing, which is that oh, he's an agent of chaos. Well, I mean, it's silly. It's not a bad movie. The first Batman movie with Bale was much better. The first 2 or 3 Spider-Man movies with Tobey Maguire were better. Now, why? This is the thing that gets me. I'm 54 years old. I grew up during the heyday, the 70s and 80s, and I saw comic books. I wasn't so into them. But why would anyone over the age of 30 want to constantly go back to comic books?
It's all they have. Yeah. Like they haven't like I would meet film school students who they haven't seen any films from before the 90s.
Well, look at, you've got Project Gutenberg. When I was a kid, and if I wanted to read Daniel Defoe and something beyond just Gulliver's Travel with Swift, Daniel Defoe, my mind is about who Defoe did. Robinson Crusoe. If I wanted to read something else by Daniel Defoe, I'd have to go to the library, and if they didn't have the 2 or 3 copies of Daniel Defoe there, I have to wait until someone brought that back. Now I can go on to fucking Project Gutenberg. If I wanted to download it and read it on my Kindle or on my cell phone or something, I can read. There are, 50, 100,000 classic books there. This should be a golden age for fucking literature.